So I asked you this after the last podcast, and I'm going to ask you guys as well.
Sure.
Based on the conversation we just had, when is the last time you guys can say that you were genuinely in a healthy, happy, wholesome relationship where you looked at the woman that you were with and you thought, I don't want to lose her. I want to protect her.
So what's interesting, I'm gonna answer your question, but what's interesting what Myron said is that correct me if I'm wrong, Myron, but you said that a woman has to like look up to a man, respect him to make the relationship like the best, right?
It's the only way it'll work.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but when we asked you which guy did you desire the most, do you remember what you said?
Of course. Yeah, I said it's the guy that I looked up to and that I desired. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's just interesting how it kind of goes back to that. But for me, it's right now. But a little different is, did you say afraid to lose her? That was the last thing you said?
Yes, I said where you wanted to protect the relationship and you guys didn't want to jeopardize it.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at now. But I think the uniqueness of being a man who has built your life, it's the value that you bring, and you're not afraid of her leaving, because she leaves, she loses, and she leaves, I win more. And so
do you think that if the person that you're currently seeing, who clearly you're very affectionate towards, if she left, you're saying you wouldn't? You said you would gain if she left.
So what I mean by that is that she's an amazing woman. I don't want to deny that. She's an amazing woman. I would definitely want to spend the rest of my life with her. So I don't want to ever act like I don't. But I think the reality of the matter is that for her to find another me will take her about 15 more lifetimes.
Nope.
She definitely ain't finding him.
Yeah. And so and she's an amazing woman, but there are a lot of women who want to be with me right now.
Do you think that those women are like her?
Yes, they are. And not saying that they're on her level, but what I'm saying is that if you gave me 10 years to find another her, I could maybe find 5. If you gave her 1,000 years to find another me, she would find none.
Isn't that a little sad though?
It's unfortunate, but that's what happens when you want the guys.
High value men have the leverage, Myra. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that, women don't like when you deal with a certain caliber of man. Women don't have the leverage anymore. You have the leverage when you're dealing with average men, but when you're dealing with higher caliber men, you have zero leverage. So the way it goes is because it goes down to supply and demand. Okay. The percentage of men that are making over $100,000 a year, over 6 feet tall and attractive.
It depends.
Huh?
It depends.
It depends what, Miss Cuba? You want to argue with me?
It depends, because sometimes you can have that man like wrapped around your finger and he'll just do anything.
But the key word, notice how I said higher status, higher value men. So
higher status, higher value men could be wrapped around your finger.
Out of curiosity, how does that make you feel to know that you have a man wrapped around your finger?
Awesome.
But then,
are you with him right now? Okay, exactly. So back to what I was saying. Let me continue my point. Exactly. And that's the thing. Women are unattracted by men that follow their lead and wrapped around their finger. It doesn't work when women are in a leadership or authority role whatsoever. You guys are not built to lead. You guys just aren't. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it on my podcast.
Or am I talking
like
too
women
much?
are not designed to lead. You guys are not built for it. You guys are not. You're emotionally based. You guys can't make logical decisions like that in times of peril. And they've done it on studies. Because here's the thing: you take like top chess players, Formula One racers, etc. Men. It has nothing to do with physicality. Decision making in a split instance. Men. And I'm not saying that to say men are better than women. Superior. No, we're just better at certain things, and you guys are better at certain things. But the thing I'm trying to say is that once you get a certain status of man, they have the leverage. Because the thing is that there's far fewer attractive men that have money, that have status, than there are beautiful women. This is why women, since the beginning of time, would gladly share a very high status guy. This is why the top guys were having harems of women. You know what I'm saying? And they were all just and concubines and all that stuff, because women understood that higher status men were hard to come by.
Yeah. Let me just add one more thing. Every single day, there's a girl turning 18 years old.
Ew. I'm sorry. Ew.
I'm just keeping it real.
That's so creepy.
No.
That's so creepy.
You understand? Like, I know you find it creepy, but older guys don't.
She's freshly 18.
I have a question for you. What's the oldest guy you ever dated?
Probably mid-30s.
Okay, how old were you?
I was, when I was 19, I dated somebody who was 27. And then
ew, creepy,
30s was
creepy. Oh my god, it's creepy. Oh my god,
it's not creepy.
It's almost
no,
twice your age.
I agree 100%. I think that once a woman is over 18, that's fine.
Okay,
100% fine.
Oh,
but that whole thing of like, but that whole thing of like, you guys are waiting for a girl just to be legal.
No.
That,
We're not waiting.
opinion,
We're just saying Your
It's
replacement.
like a cringe moment of
No,
like,
no.
you guys.
No,
there's-
Myra,
your
you're missing the
replacement
point.
is every single day.
Myra, you're missing the point that,
Yeah.
that the metrics that make a woman attractive are constantly replenishing itself.
Yeah.
Youth, beauty, fertility. Men, the things that make us attractive take time to acquire.
Mhm.
Women are born with value. Men must earn it. That's why what Hafiz is saying is that, yeah, his girl's cool, but he can have a couple of her whatever, in a couple of a couple times in the time span because he's higher status. So therefore, women are naturally going to be attracted to him. Women look for the same traits in men. You know what I'm saying? And so few men have a multitude of these traits in the same guy. So guys, that's what I'm saying. There's a reason why you'll date Bad Bunny or whatever it is, knowing that you'll gladly share him because he has other girls and everything else like that, because higher status men are rare. Beautiful women are not. And that's the uncomfortable reality. Now, if you want a guy all to yourself, you can, but you're going to have to settle on an average guy. If you want a higher status guy, you're going to have to understand that you're going to have to get on his program for the chance to be able to get in a relationship with him. And I think that's where so many modern women fail, is they think that they're equal because they want a superior man, right? I want a guy that makes $100,000 a year, taller than me, physically superior to me, social status, etc. But I want him to be an equal partner.
I think
That's
that,
not the way it works.
but my priority in life, my number one priority
Mhm.
is to be happy. And my second
LOL.
priority, I would say, is to find a man who will make me happy. I think that
What do you mean by be happy?
surround
shit.
myself, put myself into a situation in my life where I am waking up in the morning and I'm happy and I'm glad with what I have.
Like a job, like a career and stuff like that?
I think you're aiming me to that, but no,
I'm asking you. I'm
No,
curious.
not
What does-
not
what does that
necessarily.
mean?
It
Because
mean-
you,
it
'cause you
means-
separated family from happiness. Why? If you said it, my goal is to be happy, then it's like, well, whether that's marriage and family or
So I
children.
think it's very individual. I think there's a lot of studies that support that women are happy in domestic.
No, but you separated. That's what I'm saying. You separated. You said my first goal is to be happy. Then my
Yes.
second goal is relationships. So why would you? So then, what does happy mean if relationships are separate from happy?
I think that relationships. I think that happiness comes in a relationship, and relationships can also cause a lot of unhappiness. I think that I just need to be very aware of my own happiness in a relationship. If I find that I'm not happy, then maybe it's not the right relationship for me, and that could possibly be with a man. For example, somebody who is the highest quality celebrity status man. If I'm not happy, what does it matter that I have a man who's that high status?